run by Lethem Green from Mindful HR Centre. With that, I'd just like to pass over to Lethem, but before I do, just wanted to give you some instructions if you have any questions. If you do have any questions, if you'd like to use the Q&A button, which you will find on your Zoom icon, we will take any Q&A via the chat Q&A area at the end of the session, just so we can focus on our mindfulness. Obviously we're working from home, but with that I would just like to hand over to Lethem. Lethem, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Kerry, and a very good morning to each and every one of you. And thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's a real thrill to be here and have the opportunity of bringing some mindfulness into your home. It's a beautiful day here in Shoreham, and I'm really looking forward to the session ahead. And these sessions have been uniquely created for you to help you reboot and turbocharge the day ahead. I mean, what a better place to be, I think. Where else would you rather be than here with us? These are standalone sessions, and so whilst we'll be broadcasting every day, it doesn't matter if you can't make sessions every morning. They will be available for you to access because they're going to be recorded. And you can dip in and dip out, so depending upon your availability. So I hope you enjoy, and this is a great opportunity, I think, for people all over the world to be able to connect, especially during these really unusual, troubling and difficult times for many. And thanks to the power of technology, we can in some ways become more connected than ever before with human beings. For example, this opportunity we have today is brought about, would never have happened otherwise if it wasn't for these experiences and the power of technology. And it's a brilliant way to be able to respond to, what for me feels quite a violent experience, being dragged out from our conditioned way of life, that comfortable status quo that we put into our kind of habitual way of working, into this new world, this world which certainly we didn't choose for ourselves at all. And how do you respond to that? And it's important, to recognize that for many of us, we will be feeling that sense of anxiety, of fear, of tension, of frustration. They're normal human emotions to experience, but what isn't healthy for us is if we get stuck in that space. So today we start a new routine, coming together. This is a new routine for us all, starting each day with a positive focus and rejoicing in the fact that we are alive, celebrating what we do have today at this point in time and who we are, rather than reflecting and getting stuck in terms of what we don't have or what we've lost or what we've had to let go of. And that can be quite difficult. But today we're going to be working on the fact that we can do something really positive to release and recharge, to let go of what's blocking us and getting into a transformative place through the use of something like mindfulness. And mindfulness and meditation can be really life-changing. For myself, it certainly has been. And I'm going to bring to you, very simple practice and techniques that hopefully you will be able to use in your everyday life. The important thing with something like mindfulness is that it's not something that you have to sit for hours doing every day. Just doing something a little bit more tomorrow than you did today is really important. And if that's a couple of minutes that you can build into your routine. But this morning, here we are, we're going to be sitting for 20 minutes or so. So that's a fantastic start. But the more you practice, the more benefits you will gain from coming into the world of mindfulness. You might have heard about it, but never experienced it. And for others out there, you might be a seasoned practitioner. But these sessions, everybody is equally welcome. And hopefully you'll all take something away from it. As a minimum, what you will take away is the fact that we've sat here this morning for half an hour in a calm space, in a safe space, connecting with people across the airwaves and just celebrating together that sense of love, kindness and compassion for ourselves and for other people. How amazing is that? It's a great opportunity and a great thing and a great way to start your day with. And some may be asking, what is mindfulness? And for me, it's a very simple kind of, it's a simple experience. It's connecting with the power of our breath. You know, something that we all do naturally, but rarely think about it. And encouraging greater awareness and purposefully noticing, you know, right here, right now, in this very moment, how your mind, how your body, how your emotions are responding from breath to breath, from moment to moment. But you're not judging yourself, you know, you're just recognizing how you're feeling at this point in time and bringing that sense of love, kindness, and compassion into your life, and not worrying about how you should be feeling or how you think you should be thinking, feeling, and acting. So that is the world for me of mindfulness. And if any of you have got any questions and you want further information about it, Kerry will put up the information at the end of the session today, and I'll be happy to send you further information. But the power of mindfulness, you know, is that it has proven benefits in terms of reducing anxiety, tension, helping you respond better to your emotions. So let's get on with it and see what will happen. Just a few things for you before we kick off. Make sure that your telephones are switched off ideally. You know, even the vibration will kind of be distracting. And it's perfectly fine to have this half hour to yourself. It's a good thing to invest in your personal mental health and well-being. You know, this busyness that we might all be in a different space, you know, we're not superheroes, and everybody needs the time to be able to recharge their mental health and well-being. So it's not really important. Just so you're aware, you know, you're not being recorded. There's only Kerry and myself who you can see. So if you want to feel comfortable being in your PJs or dressing gown or whatever at home, then it's important for you to feel comfortable, but alert, yeah? So you can just rock up however you feel comfortable to do if you're going to join us in future sessions. In terms of equipment, you know, it's really not a lot that you need, but I would recommend that you have a high-backed chair, ideally, so that you can sit alert rather than kind of squidging in your comfy sofa, which might encourage you to fall off to sleep, and that's not what it's about. It's a high-backed chair and perhaps some cushions to kind of prop up your back if you're not used to sitting, but being alert and mindful also in terms of your physical well-being. So we don't want you to be feeling uncomfortable. You know, it's not about sitting uncomfortably for 20 minutes or so. And on your chair, making sure that your feet can touch the ground positively. So we don't want the knees bent. If you're a tall person, you know, you'd be able to kind of sit on some cushions to prop you up a little bit. And equally, if your feet are not connecting with the floor, you might want to use some blocks to put underneath your feet. But you can think about that in terms of future sessions if you haven't got them with you today. And also you can see I've got a blanket, and that is to help keep me warm if I need to put something around me, but also it provides a little bit of support to rest my hands on the tops of my thighs, because I want to make sure that my arms feel rested. It's kind of dropping off my shoulders and they're resting on the top of my thighs with the palms of your hand facing upwards, and that fabric just allows a little bit of extra support. The texture of your arms are really important. So, you know, we're going to think panna cotta, and there's more of that to come. But apart from that, you know, here we are, and it's just wonderful that you've joined us today. And I hope that you can just engage with the session and go with it and enjoy the experience. So we're going to start by asking you to stand up for a second, yeah, and just connect with our physical being. Hopefully, you'll get me onto camera here in the Mindful HR Center, and just being alert of your physical surroundings, because you want a bit of space here as we just start to shake out our hands, and being aware of your physical conditioning. So I don't want you to cause any injury to yourself, but this is quite rigorous that we're doing. And then moving up to our elbows to encourage the blood to flow there. Really releasing and letting go as you move up to the tops of your arms. For those of you who've worked with me before, you know, this is really important to get the texture of your arms right. My world in public service started on school meals, and so at that time I might have described them as blancmange, but I've moved in my culinary prowess up market, so now it's panna cotta. Feel quite modern. And why panna cotta, I hear you cry, and it's because, you know, from a distance it might look firm, but it's got a bit of wobble in it. So that's important. So just resting your arms by the side of your body. And already, I don't know about you, but I kind of feel that connection of tingling in my fingers I just want to do a few circular motions with your shoulders. So bringing the shoulders up to your ears, connecting across the back. So bringing your shoulder blades together and down the spine, and just rotating the shoulders slowly in one direction and then moving in the other. Perfect. And this sense of the body and spine being long and light and lifting. Brilliant. And now bringing that softness in your physical being to the seat. And just letting yourself sit comfortably. So the spine is extending upward, a sense of alertness. The ears above the shoulders and your nose in line with your navel. And just breathing naturally as you would. There's no force in anything to do with mindfulness. Breathing freely and naturally. And if you feel comfortable, closing your eyes, or otherwise taking your gaze down to a point on the floor in front. Breath is free. Remembering that at this point in time, you have nowhere else to go except being here, together, right here, right now, allowing your breath to be free and easy. Breathing in and breathing out. Just noticing as we sit together how you actually feel at this moment. There's no right or wrong way to feel. Just being aware. And if your mind starts to wander, which is perfectly normal, just allowing those thoughts in your mind to drift away. And bringing your attention back to your in-breath. No matter how often that happens, just allowing those thoughts to drift away like clouds in the sky, and inviting your breath to come to the focus of your attention. As you breathe in and breathing out, feeling the rise and the fall of your diaphragm as it flattens as you're breathing in, the ribs and chest expanding on your in-breath. Breathing, soothing with the out-breath as the diaphragm contracts, the breath is released. So focus your in-breath on your face. Be aware of your forehead. Focus with your in-breath on your forehead. Just notice any sense of tension or holding, softening as you breathe out. Noticing skin around the hairline, area between the eyes. The breath is soft. Breath is soothing. Breath is free. We focus on your eyes, the area around your eyes, focusing on your eye sockets. eyes themselves. Inviting with your in-breath, your sense of sight to be still. Those internal pictures and stories you have playing in your mind, just to release and let go with your out-breath. And just focusing on breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Your mind begins to wander, just bringing your attention back to your in-breath, releasing and relaxing with your out-breath. As we move to the jaw area, just allowing your jaw to drop with your out-breath. Your cheeks are soft. Your lips are soft. Your tongue is resting away from the roof of your mouth. With your next in-breath, move down to the area around your throat. As we breathe, the air in moves down the throat to your lungs. And see if you can breathe, bring a sense of openness to the throat, space around the voice area. Releasing and relaxing with your out-breath. Very often there's some sense of tension in the throat that impacts the voice, which is caused by what we have said or what we are about to say. So making the most of this opportunity of silence, allowing the throat to be still, and setting your intention for the day ahead, about how you wish to communicate with the world. Positively thinking about your intention for the day, bringing a sense of love, kindness, patience, motivation, whatever that might be, starting from a position of goodness, even when you're having to deliver difficult or tough messages. Breathing freely. Breathing softness into that space where the skull meets the top of the spine. Scanning the shoulders for any sense of tightness or holding. As we focus on that area with your in-breath, feeling the shoulders release and relax with your out-breath. Moving down the spine, shoulder blades, back of your ribs, feeling the fabric of your clothing as the muscles of your spine connect with the rhythm of your breath. Breath is free. Breath is soft. Breath is natural. Just resting your awareness with purpose on this natural movement, the ribs connecting with your spine. No forcing. Just noticing how you feel right here, right now. Let your breathing be free and open as we move through your middle back, the sacrum at the bottom of the spine. Just be intrigued to notice that while your breath doesn't actually extend that far, how your body moves in that area to the rhythm of your breath. What does that sense of expanding and condensing feel like as you breathe into your back? Feeling the breath in the whole area of your back and spine. Your body being breathed. Through the rise and the fall of your breath. Breathing into your back in this way is soothing. You feel relaxed, moment by moment, breath by breath. Your body feels light and lifting. As you slide your awareness around to the front of your body, broadening across the collarbone, sternum, notice the rise and fall of the chest. As you breathe in and breathe out, your arms falling away from the shoulders. Belly is soft. Tension you feel in that area just begins to fade away with each out-breath. So take your attention to your heart, breathing into your heart area, and say to yourself, today may I be well. Today may I be happy. Today may I be content with myself and those around me. Today I am loved. Today I am loving. Today I am lovable. And resting in the awareness of your breath. As your breath breathes itself. No force, no right or wrong way. Just your way. Being with the sensations. Right here, right now. As you move through the pelvic area, down the thighs, those big muscles in the upper legs, texture of your clothes against the tops of your thighs. And if your mind is wandering, just bringing the attention back to your breathing. Scanning the knees, the shins, and the calves. Through your ankles to the soles of your feet. So breathe in. Through the soles of your feet. Notice if they feel cool or hot, numb. Feeling the contact of the ground beneath the soles of your feet. Breathing in, you touch a deep sense of energy, life-giving energy. And breathing out, you feel nourished and smile to the joy that you're experiencing. Breathing in, you feel alive. Breathing out, you feel brightness, sense of alertness. Breathing in, you're aware of the uncertainties of these times. Breathing out, you know you are enough, you have the qualities to live with love and kindness in the day ahead. And just as we begin to bring our attention back into the world, I'm just going to share some words which are written by someone called L.R. Nost. Just really bring your attention to what is said. Do not be dismayed by the brokenness of the world. All things break, and all things can be mended. Not with time, as they say, but with intention. So go, love intentionally, extravagantly, unconditionally. The broken world awaits in darkness for the light that is in you. So right here, right now, you can see yourself in the day ahead, living with love, kindness, and compassion, really extravagantly. Feel yourself, breathing yourself into that space. And with one last in-breath, really drawing in that extravagant intention for the day ahead. And feeling the sense of love, kindness, and compassion flooding your body as you breathe out. And if your eyes are closed, just very slowly begin to allow the eyes to open, bringing your gaze up to the screen, being aware of your surroundings. As we come back together.
Thank you so much for that, Lethem. I'm just taking a few moments to come out myself. So very relaxing, very mindful, really great session, and some very poignant words at the end, which I'm sure we can all take with us in today as we start our working day, working with colleagues and people that need our support and love. So as we did say, we are recording these sessions, and for further information, I don't see any questions or chat, so I will just present this to you now. You can find the information in terms of the recording either at the ppma.org.uk website if you would like to download this session, and obviously if you want to reach out to Leatham at the Mindful HR Centre, his contact details are here, and if anyone would like to contact me at Oracle, here is my information. We will be running, as Leatham said, these sessions daily, so please do join us at 7:45 tomorrow morning for a different mindfulness session, again run by Leatham. Please also extend the invitation to any colleagues that you feel would benefit. So these sessions are here for anybody who would like to take half an hour out and join us. So with that, I'd just like to thank Leatham for the session today. Thank you all for joining, and keep safe, keep well. Thank you.